See, before Drake, Lil Wayne, J. Cole, there was P-Square. Don't argue with me. Go and argue with your phone. P-Square is the biggest duo that Nigeria has ever had. But there's a huge problem.
I was invited by the EFCC.
A nasty fallout which happened. And it's still happening. The members of the P-Square are really dirtying themselves online. The square has now been wrecked in an angle that is beyond repair. And it all began with their elder brother called Jude. Or that's what the whole Nigeria thinks or have thought for a while.
Peter, Paul and Jude own a management company together called Northside Entertainment, which we use to manage all of P-Square's affairs. Also one day, I discovered another company with a similar name, but this one was called Northside Music instead of Northside Entertainment. Also, this surprised me. I decided to investigate further, and guess what? To my shock, the founders and directors of the secret company were none other than Jude Okoye and his wife, Ifeoma Okoye.
Jude is the cause of everything. But is he? I will boldly say that all of you are missing the real cause of this huge fallout. 3 reasons: money, greed, and acknowledgement. Well, you could add a relationship, because it's said allegedly that when marriage came in between all of them, then everything began to fall apart. But the problem is they began as a lovely duo. You see, Peter and Paul were twins, and Peter was more like the dancer in the group, the Michael Jackson, Smooth Criminal, and Paul was more like the singer.
The first song that Paul ever wrote in his life was Say Your Love. That was when I knew that there's something there.
It started as a child's play. Everybody was doing their thing, but then Jude, their elder brother, came inside the picture and said, no, you guys are good. You guys should come together and form a group. That's how P-Square began. And then Jude sent them from Jos to Lagos, because Lagos was the place to be if you wanted to be a star. So Jude, their elder brother, was the guy who managed the duo. Everything was going perfectly well until Peter and Paul began to take things personally. No pun intended. It was the year 2013 to 2014. That was when the fallouts began. Huge.
It has been going on since, but from 2013-2014 was when it went out to the public.
But because of brotherhood, they were still holding on to what they built for about 3 years. Take a look at the P-Square brand. Take a look at what they built.
Personally, I rock your body.
Do we let all of this slide? Think about what you have built over the years. Let's not make small fight killers. Do you want to break up and dissolve the group? Think about the pain, the torment, Yes.
Yes.
Break it up. I'll go find your way, make I find my way. Oh. Okay. Wow. So, where do we go from here? Bros, I go Ikoyi. Wow. So they dissolved the group in 2017. Yeah, I know, Bama. So even though they were brothers and it was a team, nothing was free, of course. They had to share the money that came in percentages. But there was one thing that Jude revealed that was shocking to me, shocking to every single person.
I gave them all the documents. The guy looked at it and was like, wow, did Peter sign this? I said, look at his signature. This is the CAC that we opened the company with. Both Square Records and Northside Entertainment. They were like, you are even more than P-Square. I was like, I don't understand what you mean. They said, look, you are entitled to 40% shares, while the 2 of them are entitled to 30%. I said, well, I'm not supposed to say it with my mouth, you can see.
I'm not saying anything. All I'm just saying is who agreed to this deal? That's all I ask. But hey, Kanye West and John Bellon signed West deal, so hey, more power to you guys personally. 2013 to 2014, the fallout began, but they held on tight. Eventually, 2017, they broke up. You understand? But when the fallouts eventually came in 2017, everyone was keeping their own proceeds. When the money comes in, nobody shares percentage and everything. Can you imagine?
Peter stopped sharing. Paul came and gave me money. I was like, yo, I think you can keep your money, because Peter has stopped sharing. So I think what is going to happen now is that everybody should start keeping what they get, because Peter is incommunicado now. Nobody can reach him. So
about the first fallout, I didn't know what happened. Everybody didn't know what happened. But when we thought everything was dim, there was no more P-Square, there was a light. P-Square had to circle around to make this work one last time. The year was 2021. Hello? Manager, oh manager.
Hello? Aren't I talking to someone? Hello?
Wait there.
I'm in my house. Any problem?
Okay, come house.
Peter, I don't want your holla this morning, please.
Come house right now.
Huh?
Oh, Paul day.
Yeah.
We are back
back together. The P Square brand is back. You don't mean it.
They came back after 4 years. I don't know what Peter and Paul discussed, but they came back together.
There's a video out. Manager. I told you, hope. No. Let's enjoy the euphoria for a day or two. We need to come together and find out when this is over what happened 4-5 years ago. He said, why do I need? I said, no. You cannot pause a brand like P Square for 4-5 years. I just say, no, nothing that happened. We don't come together. I said, no. If it's me that is faulty, tell me what I am doing wrong. Whoever that is, everybody should just come and vent and call. Apart from P Square, that brotherhood should come together. You don't just say no, it's okay. He said okay, we agree. After a week, I noticed that nobody was calling me for the meeting. I decided to call for the meeting myself. I said, okay, let everybody come together. Can we have this meeting? First thing Peter brought it out from his mouth was, I beg, no, I beg. Now Paul don't say let bygone be bygone.
Hey, this isn't really the right thing to do, but hey, the family is back. You don't forget about everything. They're back.
And Paul don't say let bygone be bygone. I was like, was it just Paul that was involved in this thing? Why can't we sit down? Even if it means bringing the wives too, let all of us as families sit down and fashion this thing out. Something strange happened that made this brand to go incommunicado for 5-6 years. No, 4.5-5 years.
The euphoria of the moment was making them miss why they broke up in the first place. They didn't solve that problem, which will come back to bite them in the ass eventually. But it first began with Jude, the elder brother, the then manager. You see, the thing is that when they came back together, Jude thought to himself, he thought he was doing them a favor. He said, okay, the former bank account, because of all this brouhaha, we are not using it again. There was a confusion. So let me go and create a new bank account for the team so that we use it. And he was in the process of doing that. When he was about to append his signature, his final signature, to make sure that the bank account was a done deal, he received a phone call from, guess who? Paul.
I said, where was I? I said, I'm in my parlor. I'm signing. He said, no, leave that way. They try open. Just come for my house. He said, okay, what's the problem? He said, just come. I said, okay, give me 2 minutes. Let me finish filling this form. He said, Jude, that way they feel. If you don't need them, just they come. I said, I don't understand. Can't you give me 2 minutes now? Peter now picked the phone. I said, Jude, that way they feel. No need. You don't be saying you don't go feed them. You don't need them. Just they come. I went to Paul's house. Peter was seated. Paul was seated. I sat down. Then Peter was like, they have had a meeting yesterday and decided that they are not going to need me for the P Square moving forward.
Whew. Jude was laid off his duties as a manager. You know, I'm just saying it in a nice way. He was sacked. Hey, that's a very tough thing to do, considering that's your elder brother. Wow. Now this got a little tough. I mean, Jude was hurt, but this is family. Forget about the P Square. This is blood family. So Jude thought to do the honorable thing.
No problem. Paul, you have done Root Boy for almost 5 years now. I gave you all the support. I gave you all the assistance that you needed. I even edited all your videos, if not all, most of your videos, for free. Did you ever pay me? No. That's okay. You know what? I'm going to extend the same gesture to P Square right now. You guys can take your decisions. You don't want me to have anything to do with P Square. Take your decisions yourself, run your things. But if you need any help, I'm always available.
So Jude offered to help them, P Square. Even though they have relieved him of his duties, he is sacked. He said, okay, you are still my brother. I'm going to help you. If you need advice about anything, just come and ask me. Do you understand? But this kind gesture turned against him. One day, Peter approached Jude with a simple question.
I was just sitting drinking with Paul and some other people. Then Peter walked up to me and was like, "Want to seek my opinion on something? That what do I think? What do I think if we go invite Mehdi for the show where they want to do by that December, their only first show in December? What is my opinion?" I said, "Invite Mehdi." I said, "No. Why do you want to invite Mehdi?" He said, because people go feel that the people know that P Square and Mehdi know they in good times, but if they bring them as a surprise, it go wow the fans. I say yes. I don't say go wow the fans, a normal thing. But has Mehdi reached out to you? Has he apologized? Has he made up with you after all the things he said about you on social media? I was like, no. If Mehdi don't make up with him, I said, okay, if Mehdi has made up with you, has he made up with Paul? Has he made up with me? Peter exploded. What does it concern me? Why does it give a fuck if Mehdi makes up with me? All he wants to do is shop up. Don't worry. Go enter Lagos. I go invite Mehdi. Make him come apologize to you. Once apologize, that's all. Fuck off. We don't need you. I was like, what have I said now that is wrong?
So he decided to take himself out completely. I don't want anything to do. P Square, take your thing. Oh yeah, go.
Even the assistant that I was trying to render or give to them for free, I think I should just withdraw it and just move my thing. I should not be interested in anything P Square.
So he completely disassociated himself with the P Square brand. But the thing is that Jude had more of a fallout with Peter than Paul. He was still kind of cool with Paul, so he was in relations with Paul, but he wanted nothing to do with the P Square brand. Understandable. But it gets worse.
So he was now left with Peter and Paul, but something happened.
What happened? A splitting disagreement. Hey, they are back together. P Square, hey, they need to make a song, an album for Nigerians. But the question is, who makes the song? You see what I said in the beginning? First of all, Peter has always felt disregarded. You know, that they consider him as the dancer in the group. Hey, the Michael Jackson, blah, blah. Hey. Paul is more or less like the singer. You know, the person who brings the ideas, who racks his brain to make the songs. That's the ideology. This was what began everything. This was Paul's proposition.
You will bring half of the album, I'll bring half of the album. You'll be in charge of your 5 songs, I'll be in charge of my 5 songs. You promote your 5 songs, I'll promote my 5 songs. If you want to shoot a video, you have an idea of the video, instead of conflicting with mine, shoot it in your own 5 songs, I'll shoot mine in my own 5 songs. But to have that union of P Square, I'll have my songs come to you and say, okay, Peter, come and feature in 2, 3, 4, or 5 of my track. Do the same thing. Let's have that union, so that we can be able to protect that P Square sound, texture that people already fell in love with P Square, so we can still maintain it.
Peter said, no. For ya, no, never.
And I made it clear, if we're going to do anything like 10 songs, let 5 be coming from you, let 5 be coming from me.
So here we are again. There was another fallout. But not just any fallout, the worst type of fallout. The fallout that you have to involve the government. But before that, Peter, funnily enough, paid Jude a visit. Listen to the story very well. He met Jude in his house, went to play with his son. But in his mind, he had other plans for Jude. 2 months later. You see, there are 2 colors that Nigerians hate with their passion. The Nigerian youth, to be specific. A type of Nigerian youth, to be more specific. Now these colors are red and white. Not just any white. This type of white. Calm down. Run!
I was invited by the EFCC. Real petition against me and my other brother. I never thought it would come to this part.
February ending, I started getting calls from people that have done businesses with, people that I have made payments to, and people that have made payments to me. Every transaction I've ever had. Tell me that EFCC invited them, and they were asked to come and, you know, account for whatever business they had with me.
You don't scatter, you don't run. Peter reported Jude and Paul to the EFCC. It doesn't get worse than that. Claiming that they have been stealing money and they have not been transparent with this whole P Square brand thing. They have been stifling money somewhere else.
First of all, what entered my mind? What if I was a bad person? I'm even doing one dubious like a Yahoo boy. So this guy don't just finish me.
So now you see, all this story that I narrated from the beginning was according to Jude. Because obviously Peter started getting backlash. So he clarified himself very, very well in this letter.
You can pause it and read for yourself.
So that means Jude and his wife, they've created an account, they siphon a revenue from P Square, it goes into the account, and then final, it goes into Jude's personal account. Their focus was to remain solely on the primary suspects, Jude Okoye and his wife, Ifeoma Okoye, since they were the directors of the secret company Northside Music.
Now this is becoming a he said, blah, blah, blah. All I can just say is, wow. I mean, I can't pick sides here. I will not pick sides here. All I can say is that things were going so south until the presidential aspirant, Peter Obi, came to intervene and resolve things a little. Now I pose this question to you. What do you think about this whole situation? Tell me in the comment section below. I mean, leave a like and subscribe to this channel. Well, until then, Monlo.
Georgia, by the way you